activity on campus. So let's say it's a typical Wednesday night. You and your roommates are sitting around and you come up with an idea. Maybe like an idea that you guys think is brilliant. Maybe something like a giant game of dodgeball. Okay? So you guys come up with this idea and you're all talking about it and you're like, this would be so much fun. Let's make this happen. But how do you take it from this idea into reality? Okay, that's what we're going to be teaching you. So when polled, only 9% of the student body knew how to set up an activity. Now I'm guessing that most of you probably don't know how to go about doing that. You probably maybe go to like an activity advisor, or let's say you go online to look for it. Okay, let's act like you go online to look for it. So you search around through the activities, you're digging around, and you come across a page, and it says create an activity in type 7 font, faded. You finally find it.
This is zoomed in.
Yeah. So you find it, you click on it, and then you're presented with 3 boxes. Okay, these 3 boxes, you basically just propose your idea. You tell them what you want to do, how it's going to work, all of these options, right? And then you click submit. And when you click submit, you get this right here. Once you submit your proposal, it will go to the appropriate student leader or advisor for review. Well, seems simple enough, am I right? It's like, okay, cool, review. Actually, this is kind of where things get a little dicey.
Yeah, it's not. It's not as simple as that. There's a lot of hidden messages when they try and say it's going to go up for review and stuff, and it's really easy in this process to get confused and to get lost in the process. And lots of students have had great ideas, and they just fall short because they get lost in the process.
For example, we have our friend Tiffany, who's right here. She had a great idea, and her and her roommates wanted to put it to use. But actually it fell through because it was so impossible to navigate through. Okay? So if you guys ever want to create events, so you guys don't ever fall into this category, we've created a 3-step process. It's plan, persist, and play.
The first one is planning. It's obviously going to take the most amount of time, even more time than actually holding your event. It's because this university not only represents itself as a university, but also a church. And so when you are putting on an event, you have to recognize that everyone's going to be looking at it through a magnifying glass to make sure you're doing everything right. They're going to ask tons of questions. They're going to want to not only want to know how, what, why, when, or where, but everything. This is another one of those messages that you'll see as you go throughout your approval process. It says, upon sending this proposal, you'll be contacted to meet with the student council to clarify and answer additional questions. And I've gone through this process a couple times and seen this process fail even more times than that. I just want to help you understand what they mean by clarify and answer additional questions. Remember that those 3 boxes that Jason was talking about? Those 3 boxes can easily become a 9-page, single-spaced document. These questions are just like, how are you going to do it and why? And this is just for like additional comments. You don't have to use that box. But really, they're going to want to know, how many dodgeballs do you want? Why do you want that many? What's the formula? How many students to dodgeball ratio? Where are you going to get them? How are you going to store them? How are you going to fill them up? What are you going to use to fill them up? Where are you going to put them after you're done? They're going to want to know everything. And they're going to want to know all these questions. But it's really important, as they keep coming at you with question after question after question, to just be persistent, which is the next part of the plan. I've found personally that the thing that helps the most with this process is surrounding yourself with a good committee. That way you don't have to do it all on your own. When they say, how are you going to store the dodgeballs, you can be like, I don't know, you two, please figure something out and come back to me with that idea. You can have people that have areas of responsibility. If you want to get your activity done in a timely manner, you have to have a good committee. Because they'll assist you and they'll find answers, and you can find answers and you can work together to get your activity approved. Finally, once you get it ready and they feel that your 9-page document is maybe sufficient to go before some councils on campus, it'll be taken there. And there's 30 councils on campus, all with 5 to 10 members on them, all with their own questions. And your proposal will be taken to any one of those 30 councils that it falls under the stewardship for. And if it gets rejected in any one of these councils, it's back to the drawing board. More questions asked, more questions to get answers to. But what they won't tell you is that you're actually invited to attend. Like, you can go and present your idea yourself, but they'll never say that. But if you go, it'll greatly enhance and heighten your chance of success, because you can actually be there representing the students and basically pleading your case. Finally, you'll be able to go, and they'll give you the big stamp of approval, and that's when the fun begins.
And the last step is play. So the only way you've gotten to this point is through your determination and through your persistence. Okay, so basically after you've been so determined to get all of this done, then now the fun begins. All you have to do from here on out is you're entirely responsible for running and organizing and making sure that everything runs smoothly with your event. Think of events like Guitars Unplugged and Pond Skimming. I mean, these two events were started the exact same way that we're telling you. They had to go through this exact process. But now the school loves them so much that they just put it on every semester and have a board committee of students and they just run it. Okay, so go out and be those students, create an event and love what you're doing, because if you believe in your event, then you're absolutely going to be able to put one on. So be that student, make sure that we all have a event that we can love and enjoy every single semester.